Oh hey, welcome back to Cottage-Tek, Cottage Creations. You know, my wife here, she's a really avid gardener, loves to garden. Our place at the city, no lawn, no grass. Garden, garden, gardens, fence to fence, property line to property line, front and back. It's all gardens. She loves to garden. In fact, she does a lot of the gardening up here too. Now, there's not a lot of gardening to do, basically kind of maintain it, keep it natural, make sure it looks normal, it looks natural, it looks like cottage country rather than the city. But she does take care of a lot of that up here. Now, where I get involved is with the water gardens and ponds and stuff like that. That I can get involved in. She takes care of all the plants. I take care of all the pumps, the electricity, and the toys like that. So, one of the things we don't do up here is we don't do water gardens very much. Now, I know we've got a great big lake in front of us, and it's the biggest pond water feature you'd ever possibly want. But it's not quite the same. We thought about putting a big pump out there and a big fountain water feature, but that just wouldn't look natural. So we figured maybe we should do some kind of a water garden or a pond or something like that, a water feature up here at the cottage. Put it in the gardens. Kind of put our signature. And it would be something to do. You know I'm always looking to play around with stuff. So I happen to have an extra pond pump that I brought up with me this time from the city. So looking for some purpose for that Laguna pump, and I think I've come up with one. So let's look around the property, see what we can come up with that we can use to make a pond, and see if we can come up with a pond. But this time we're going to do it cottage-tek style. You're going to love this. I got some neat ideas. Let's get to work. Okay, here we have it. The cottage-tek water garden, cottage-tek style. It's got a twist. First off, we needed something to put the pond in, some kind of a container. So the first thing I did was I got out the old demo saw and I cut up the old paddle boat. The pontoon off the bottom of the paddle boat, the whole thing that's in the water. Perfect size and shape for the cottage-tek pond pump. I've also put in a nice pond pump here, typical pond pump you'd have in any water garden sort of feature to run the water for the waterfalls or anything. Fairly high gallons per minute. Now I didn't want one of those sissy sort of spray thingies like you see in all the city fountains and everything. I want something a little more natural, so we've gone with just a straight bubbler here. Looks a bit more like maybe a natural spring bubbling up into our pond, so it's perfectly fine, and that's doing the trick. I also hid the cord here by this fence post. That way it looks even more natural. You don't see electrical cord coming out of it, so it looks more like a natural pond. Now normally I'd dig a hole in the garden and I'd bury this up to the sides in the garden to make it look real natural, maybe put some rocks around it. But you know, I put it up here on the deck for a reason. Because like everything we do at Cottage-Tek, we do things a little bit differently. First off, you gotta have stuff in the pond, so we have our prerequisite little rubber duckies, and of course, like every pond, we need some lily pads. These aren't your ordinary lily pads. These aren't your plastic city lily pads like so many city gardens have in them. These are actual real natural lily pads from the lake up here. In fact, I just harvested them this morning. So of course, we have lots of lily pads, so it looks like a natural garden. Now, I've gone one better. And this is why I put the pond up here on the deck rather than down in the yard, because you know, if I'm going to have a water feature here, first of all, we got to do it cottage-tek style, and it's going to be a little bit different. Secondly, I might as well make use of it. Now, you know how much we hate having to go all the way to the beer fridge for a cold one. So I figured, since we like to sit out here on the deck, and we like to have a cold beer with us on the deck, why not take advantage of this? So what I've done is, I've loaded this up with several bags of ice to keep it nice and cold. Not only that, I've thrown in a case of my favorite wobbly pops, because you know, now I'm going to have a cold beer right here on the deck. In fact, I can even throw in a few of Bruce's big cans, because you know he likes those big cans. And we can even, yes, even throw in a bottle of white wine for the ladies, because you know we like to keep the ladies happy. So there you have it, boys and girls. The Cottage-Tek Cottage Creations Water Garden Beer Chiller, up here on the deck in service. It's the best. And you know something? Best of all, it actually works. These are cool. Catch you later on Cottage-Tek. Thanks for watching. Hey, welcome back. Glad you're still here. Well, it's been a great afternoon on the deck. It's been a beautiful summer day. spend a lot of time sitting on the deck, even some time down on the dock. Spent a lot of time sitting on the deck, just basically hanging out, chillaxing. And, well, it's been a good afternoon. As you see, the Kottage-Tek water garden beer chiller is a bit on the empty side. I think we kind of drank all the beers. So, hey, it's been a great afternoon. The water garden beer chiller did its job, kept us well refreshed. Unfortunately, we've emptied all the beers out of it, so maybe it's time to go inside and get some dinner or something like that. I wonder what I can do with this, you know. Bruce has always wanted a hot tub at the cottage. And it is going to get a little bit cool tonight. I think I've got some heaters in the crawl space. Maybe I can get some heat into this thing and we can convert it into a hot tub for the evening. Let's see what I can come up with. This should be fun.
Hey, welcome back. I knew I had some heaters in the crawl space, so I've thrown some heaters in, and I've turned this into the Kottage-Tek water garden beer chiller hot tub. Oh man, this is nice. You know, after a day in the sun, it gets cool at night. It's nice to have a hot tub on the deck. And of course, just in case, I got my pool noodle here, so I can go swimming. Okay, so maybe we need a bigger hot tub. And in fact, maybe I need a lily pad over that bad boy. Hey, anyway, welcome to the Kottage-Tek hot tub. Come on in, the water's fine. This is terrible. Thanks for watching. Come back to Kottage-Tek next time. Bye for now.